The opinions on Talkback are not those of the advertisers, staff, management, and ownership of KETK.
Welcome back, everyone. 26 minutes after the hour of 6 o'clock and 74 degrees outside.
Texas joining other border states and other states like Oklahoma. They claiming, hey, you know what? The federal government's not doing enough to enforce federal immigration laws, so we're going to take it on ourselves to do so. Plenty of bills down in Austin right now. Governor Perry's fast-tracking a few of them. We talked about sanctuary cities. We're talking about voter ID. We're talking about allowing local law enforcement to check the immigration status of people they suspect to be in this country illegally. Imagine that.
I can't believe it. It's a shocker. Yeah, President Obama down in El Paso today.
Oh, yeah.
So it brings us to, I think, the U.S. immigration laws need to be reformed.
You think,
That's what he's talking about. Well, he's going to really call on lawmakers to come together with some sort of consensus to reform the immigration system and really make the path to citizenship a little easier for the millions of illegal immigrants already in this country. Now, he does it at a time when violence is at a peak in Mexico. Also, it stands at 9%. And as both of you have pointed out, a lot of individual border states are cracking down on immigration, not lightening up. Many Americans say illegal immigrants, in effect, steal from taxpayers by taking advantage of the nation's education, social, and medical system. Do you think the U.S. immigration laws need to be reformed? It's what President Obama will be pitching today. Do you agree? 593-5822.
Yes, it needs to be reformed, but we don't need to make it easier for them to be here in the U.S. We need to make it harder. We need to send them home because their taxes are driving us crazy, medical, school, health.
Obama, he just trying to come up with some kind of lie. He's not enforcing the law that we already have on the books. So I don't believe nothing he said.
I think our federal government is great at making new laws all the time. They're miserable at enforcing them. Why don't we just try to enforce some of the laws we already have on the books? They're allowed to gather over here and protest, fly their flags. They're not picked up and deported. They're gathered in thousands in several places. They're given Medicare, Medicaid, WIC, anything they want. They come over here, play the system, never paid $1 in taxes. We pay for everything they need. Apparently there's no immigration laws that are being enforced.
We definitely need to do something about it, and I think that if they would just enforce the laws that we've already got on the books, that would take care of it. But I know I work in the school system, and it's ridiculous at the amount of money that we have to spend in order to have teachers to work with them and the books that they have to have. And if we don't do something about it, I don't know how our country's ever going to get financially back in the shape that it should.
The laws do need to be changed. I think that if they're over here illegally, they need to be, them and their family need to be packed up and their property needs to be sold.
Maybe if we changed the immigration laws and made them a little more stricter, maybe we could eliminate some of the unemployment we have for the U.S. citizenry.
Yes, I do believe that the laws should be changed on illegal aliens because I have seen and worked with and seen things that are allowed by them. They don't want to work. They leave when they want to leave. They get all the health care and they get all the medical care, and they're very rude and disrespectful. So I think the laws should be changed on a way of blocking them from some of the things that they're allowed here in this country that Americans are not allowed.
Don't agree with changing immigration laws. Didn't agree with it when Bush tried to do it. Didn't agree with what Reagan tried to do.
Oh, there you go. A little bit of feedback at 593-5822. By the way, this is Obama's first trip to the U.S.-Mexican border. He'll move on to Austin for a fundraiser a little bit later on. Neil Barton will be there for that event.
Well, yeah, again, you got to wonder about the reception. This is we're a little off topic here. Got to wonder about the reception the president's going to receive, even in liberal Austin, because of his deciding, you know what, Texas, you don't really need that federal disaster aid. Got to wonder how warm that's going to be down there.
Right.
Absolutely. And remember, the Texas House approved a bill allowing local police to enforce federal immigration laws just yesterday. So at a time when lawmakers are cracking down on illegal immigrants in this state, and a time when the president just turned down the state for federal disaster disaster declaration and all those wildfires. So what do you think? U.S. immigration laws, do they need to be reformed? 593-5822.
Well, it sounds like all of our East Texas viewers are in agreement. Some sort of reform needs to happen with our immigration laws. It's just, will President Obama actually tackle that elephant in the room?
Well,
Casey, you'd think we're in East Texas or something.
I know, right?
I'm going to go out on a limb here and say federal law is probably not going to change.
Nah,
So,
probably
there you go.
not.
Yeah.
All right.
You want to weigh in? 593-5822. Follow the conversation at 92.1 and News Talk 600 on your way into work.